Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Got the 99 Honda Accord back in the garage, and I'm going to do a really quick video on how to replace the oil pressure switch. So go ahead and block your rear wheel because we're going to jack up the front end. And then on the front of the vehicle, go ahead and locate cross member right here. We're going to jack it up right there. Grab a couple jack stands and locate this arrow on the front. We're going to put our jack stand right there. And then this next step is optional, but it makes it a lot easier just to go ahead and remove the tire and wheel. And it's going to be a 19 millimeter. Alright, so if you've watched some of my past videos, you know I've been trying to figure out where this oil leak has been coming from. I've tried the oil filter housing, VTEC solenoid and all that. Also valve covers up above, and I still got an oil leak. And I just got done doing a timing belt on this car, so if you're interested, check that video out. But you can see right there I already got a oil drip that's getting ready to fall down. And looking up in here when I was doing my timing belt, you can see the oil filter housing, oil filter right there, VTEC solenoid, and then that black boot right there, that's going to be your oil pressure switch. And it's really wet around there, I noticed. And then if I lift up that boot, there's quite a bit of oil soaked in there. So I'm wondering if that's what's causing this oil leak. And you can see just kind of drips down on the pan there, and then it gets on this little cross member piece right up in here, and it just makes a mess. So I'm going to go ahead and try and replace that oil pressure switch. So what you want to do is grab a pair of pliers, and I'll show you my new switch here. You can see that it just kind of snaps on there, almost like a spark plug. So I'll take the pliers and I'll pop that off. Hopefully you can see the camera right here. So I'm just gonna kind of, looks like that boot's real brittle too, hard rubber. So I'm just gonna kind of go on the top there, and let's just see if I can pop that off so you guys can see. So yeah, it just kind of pops off there. And like I said, you can see how wet it is up in there. And looks like fresh oil all around here. So let's go ahead and unscrew that. So grab yourself a 24 millimeter deep well socket, and then I got it's a 10-inch extension, and I'm going to go in from the top, just on the back side of the engine, just behind the valve cover there, and see if I can get that on there. It's kind of like that. Let me go up top and I'll start loosening that. So now with that loose, see if I can just screw it out by hand now. And there may be some oil that comes out with it. Oops. Alright, so there's the old oil pressure switch. Like I said, not sure if it was leaking around the threads here. Looked like there was a little bit of thread sealant on there. But also the top here is really soaked as well. Alright, so here's my new one. As you can see, it's actually quite a bit bigger than this one. So hopefully it's gonna work. Just picked it up at Advanced Auto Parts. There's the part number. But I'm kind of curious on this old one. I'm going to hook up my air gun here, and I'm going to shoot a little bit of air in there, give it some pressure, and I want to see if maybe it's leaking out of here. And as you can kind of see, I'm not sure what the pressure is, but I'm barely giving it any pressure, and you can see that oil just coming out of there. So I wonder if that's what it was. Or like I said, possibly threads leaking. So it looks like this new one comes with some thread sealant on it already, so I don't have to add any. And let's go ahead and try and screw this in. And it looks like there was an old O-ring, or unless that was some of the thread sealant that was on there before. So maybe that's where it was leaking. So let's go ahead and screw that in. Get that out of the way. Go up above and tighten that. And actually that new one's a lot bigger, so I got a 27mm socket on here, and that should fit it. And then I'm just going to show you what I got up top here. You can see my ratchet right here, and then my extension. So that gives you plenty of room to take that out and tighten up. So with your socket off, go ahead and stick your connector back on there. Try that again. Just like that, it kind of clicks on there. And like I said, I need a new boot on there, but that'll work for now. And then I'll go ahead and start it and check for leaks here in a minute. But first I'm going to spray some brake cleaner all along here, clean up that oil. Alright, so I got that all cleaned up. So I'll go ahead and start it real quick. Alright, I don't see it leaking, so I think we're good. You go ahead and get your tire back on. Grab your torque wrench, and you're going to torque those to 80 foot-pounds. Alright, so that's going to do it for the video. Hopefully this takes care of the oil leak. If not, I may be doing a video on replacing the oil pan gasket and possibly resealing the oil pump. But I'll give this a shot first and see if it works. And again, this was a 99 Honda Accord 3.0 V6. Went ahead and replaced the oil pressure switch. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Check out some of the other videos. I got a few on this Honda. And I'll see you next time. Thanks.